everyone, welcome to this Pilates practice. My name's Debbie and I'm going to take you through the practice today. If you're brand new to one of my practices, we breathe in through the nose, we breathe out through the mouth. Every breath in we pull in our core, every breath out we hold the core tighter. We always start by laying down and taking a little bit of focus, a little time to check our bodies out, see how we're feeling today. So every day we feel different, we don't always feel the same. Constantly, we get ailments, we get different pains, and we get different areas that, have taken a little bit too much and we need to focus on those areas. We're going to be using a block today. If you don't have a block, then get a book or something, sort of fairly thick. We're just going to use it to support our spine, and also hand weights. Let me just get my hand weights over here. So we've got some hand weights, guys, here. They're nothing massively heavy. I mean, obviously it's entirely up to you what you use, but something just to work our muscles and keep promoting the cells to grow, to protect our bones, etc. So we've got those, so keep them to one side, and as I say, your block. We're going to need that sort of quite close to us for the first part of our practice. So let's take ourselves down to the mat. So you can come down from your side and go onto your back. If you have low blood pressure, it's advisable to come down from your left. Otherwise, you're coming down with me from a seated position. Feet are nice and firmly on the mat, hip width apart. We don't just drop back, we C-curve ourselves down. We protect our spine as we roll back. If you get to a point where you can't hold it with your core, you take behind the back of your legs and you just use those thighs there as support to bring yourself down. Don't drop. Okay, hands out in front. Take a breath in through the nose, pull in your core, and as you breathe out through the mouth, holding that core tight, you allow yourself to roll down one vertebrae at a time, very slowly, all the way to the floor. And then allow the head to come down and the arms to come down by your sides. If you have lower spine issues, you can take your feet mat width apart and lock the knees in together, or you can take your legs long. So just going to take a little bit of a stretch here. So we're going to take a full body stretch. You can do that from here. So you breathe in, you pull in your core, and as you breathe out, you squeeze the core tighter, you squeeze your legs together, you squeeze your glutes, you squeeze everything as tight as you can in your lower half, and you push away with your arms. That's a stretch through your body with the feet there protecting your spine. If you want to take it long, take a breath in, pulling in your core, and as you breathe out, pull the core tighter, push it gently into the mat, push the arms away, push the toes away, push the legs and really push yourself, stretch your body away, stretch, keep stretching, and then release down, relaxing that core. Okay, taking the arms down by your sides with the palms facing upwards. We're going to start to just check in with our bodies and see how we're feeling today. So allowing your feet to drop out, allowing the legs to relax down, maybe shaking the arms, dropping the arms down, letting the arms relax down. Breathing in through the nose as you breathe out through the mouth. Allow the body to sink down into the mats. Gently close your eyes down if you can, so we take our focus internally, not distracted by things that are going wrong around in the room. And then gently rock your head from side to side, releasing out your neck. And then come to centre, pull the neck long, so you might just want to lift the head. If you do, pull the core in, lift the head and gently rest it back down. You've got a nice long neck, spine's long, your whole body now starting to soften down into the mat. Again, take one deep breath in through the nose. As you breathe out through the mouth, let your body sink down into the mat. Now we're going to scan our bodies to see how they're feeling. Any areas that you've got that may be niggling today, they're not feeling at their best. Remember what those are and focus on them through your practice. Take notice of them and make sure you don't force any area there that may make it worse. So let's start with the feet. Checking in your feet and your ankles, how they're feeling. The lower legs, the knees and the upper legs, how are your legs feeling? Scan your legs. Ask everything to soften down. If you've got areas that are tense, breathe into them. Ask them to be relaxed. And then your torso, so around your pelvic area, your lower spine, your mid-spine, your belly, your upper spine and your chest, your torso. Let it soften down. Scan that torso to see how it's feeling. And remember, take note of areas that have got niggles, that are not quite relaxed. Ask it all to soften down. And then the hands, the wrists, the lower arms, the upper arms, both arms rested down. Scan those, how are they feeling today? And then onto your shoulders. We hold a lot of tension there. So really soften those shoulders down. How are they feeling today? Breathe into them, relax them down. And then your neck and your head. Relax all your facial muscles, the jaw, the cheekbones, the eyes and the forehead. The whole of your head soft now and relax down. Do that scan again yourselves, taking note of how you are feeling. Breathing in through the belly, relaxing, mindful breath. Keep relaxing down. And now let's start our practice. So let's bring some movement to our bodies, wriggling our fingers, wriggling our toes, maybe rolling the body gently. And then when you are ready, bringing your feet up so that they are nice in hip width on the mat. Breathing in, pulling in your core. And as you breathe out, hold the core tight and squeeze your right leg towards you. Really squeeze that leg in. And then release it off, holding onto the knee. Just gently circle that leg one way. Holding the core tight as you do so. And then circling it in the opposite direction. Just releasing out the hip a little bit here. Taking the leg down, breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, hold the core tight and bring the left leg in towards you. Hold that core tight, squeeze the leg in. And then as you breathe in through the nose, just gently release the leg off. Start to circle the leg using your breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, holding the core tight. And then circling it now in the opposite direction, just releasing out our hip. Allowing that to go down. Take a breath in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, hold the core tight and drop the legs over to the left-hand side. Just drop them over gently to the left. Taking your arms out now into a T shape. And holding it there. You can relax down, breathe into that. Release the core. And breathing in, pulling in the core. And at the same time, bring the legs to center. Don't release the core. Breathe out, hold core tight. Breathing in, pull the core tighter. And as you breathe out, holding that core, you drop the legs over to the right hand side. You get to your point of comfort and you relax down, you release the core. Relax into that there. If there's anything that's tense, breathe into it, ask it to gently soften. And breathing in, pulling in your core, and at the same time bring the legs to centre, breathing out, hold the core, don't let it go. So we're going to do some pelvic tilts here, coming up into our back bend sort of lift. So you're going to breathe in, pulling in the core even tighter, and as you breathe out, hold the core tight and just gently tilt your pelvis upwards, just the pelvic area, and then release back down, holding the core every time, breathing in, breathing out as you tilt the pelvis up, coming down, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, tilt the pelvis up, breathing in as you lower down, breathing in again, hold that core, breathing out, tilt the pelvis up, releasing down, holding that core. This time we're going to push ourselves up into a bridge, so we're going to take that pelvic tilt, we're going to push it even further until we push it into our feet, going up into a bridge hold. So breathing in, pulling in your core, and as you breathe out, tilt that pelvis, hold the core tight, push into your feet, squeezing the core, and gently peel your spine off of the floor, one vertebra at a time, pushing up into a bridge position. Holding it up there, you can have your hands down by your sides for support. Holding it there. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. And this time as you breathe out, you gently roll back down, one vertebrae at a time to the floor. Releasing there. Don't release the core though, just release the spine. Breathing in, pull the core tight. Breathing out, core tighter, pelvic lifts. And we go up gently, one vertebrae, peeling it off the floor, all the way up to the top, holding it up here, really pushing into the feet, breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out as we lower back down to the floor. One vertebrae gently, breathing in, pulling in the core tighter, breathing out, pushing into those feet, peeling yourself one vertebrae up into your bridge pose. Now here we're going to take it a step further if you wish. You can take your hands underneath and you clasp them together. You squeeze your elbows underneath you and you push that bridge a little bit higher, holding it there. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, holding that core. And now this is where we need our block or our book. So we take it and we take, you can take the high side, you can take the low side, whatever's good for you. And then you take it underneath, around your tailbone area, lower spine, and you release your back down into it, and you hold it there. You take your hands away, and you allow your spine to rest down there. Allow the core to go. Just hold yourself there, gently relaxing. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. And now if you've got it onto the higher setting, breathing in, pulling in your core, and as you breathe out, push into your feet to raise your body up. Lower the brick or the book, what you have, onto the smaller side, and then lower your spine down once again onto that, and holding it there. If you already had it there, then stay where you are, but just coming down one bit at a time. Again, releasing down there. Now this time, everybody breathing into your core, and as you breathe out, push yourself up into your bridge, taking the block, the book away to one side, breathing in, core tight, and as you breathe out through the mouth, roll yourself down one vertebrae, to the floor. Amazing. Okay, this time we're going to start to do some sit-ups. So if you've got hand weights, use hand weights. I've said before, if you've got bottles of water, just fill them up so that you've got a sort of a weight there that you can hold. Or you can use your own body strength, which is your wrists. You squeeze them tight. You don't have floppy hands. You squeeze your fists tight. You work your muscles. Okay, so we're going to start. So you can do sit-ups with your knees bent, or you could do the classic sit-up with your legs long, whichever suits you best. For me, I find legs long. I find it's gentler on my spine, but a lot of people prefer their legs to be up into flat on the mat. You take your pick. We're going to start with our little sit-ups here, so don't worry about how far you're coming up, but don't compromise yourself by throwing yourself, because a lot of people will sort of come up to here and then can't go any further, so they fling themselves. And by doing that, actually I even just felt that then, by doing that you're going to pull on your lower spine, okay? And that, yeah, it really does pull down there, so you've got to do it gently and smoothly. So breathing in, you've got your hands up, and as you breathe out, you bring the hands forward and you gently come up really, really slowly, holding that core. Okay, if you just get into here, that's great. If you want to sit all the way up, then that's good. But you go to where that's good for you and don't throw yourself. So we're just going to do 8 of these. That's 8. Next one. 7. Core tight. Breathing in, breathing out as you sit up. 6. Breathing in, breathing out. 5. Breathing in as you lower down. Breathing out as you squeeze up. 4. 3. 2. Got one more, guys. Coming up. This time coming all the way up and staying up. So if you was only coming part way up, come over onto your side now and push yourself up to a seated position. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of side work here. So we've got our feet flat on the mat. We're taking our hands behind our heads and we're just going to come over to our knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that's a little bit of oblique work. You should find that pulling around the core. Don't worry if you're just here and you're doing it, you're still going to get oblique work. If you want to bring yourself back a little bit more to get that, that's absolutely fine. You can take it with your hands here and come across, or you can have them behind your head, whatever's good for you. So we're just going to do another 8 of those, keeping that core pulled in at all times, breathing in, and as you breathe out, you go to the left. 8, right, 7, alternating now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bringing yourselves back here. Okay, we're going to try and take a little bit of a boat here. Again, we're still working on our core. So we've got our legs here. We're taking our legs up. We're holding behind the back of our legs. And we're just sitting here for our boat. Okay, you can take it one step further. You can take the legs out straight. You can still be holding onto the legs, or you can take your arms out. So you take your choice, and we're going to do 8 of those, 8 in a hole. 8, pull the core in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Okay. Bringing yourself now round onto your side. Trying to think which way it was now. Yeah, so we're going to come up. So we're going to have our left leg on the knee bent down as I've got it here. Don't really know what to say. We've got it there. We're taking our right leg out and we're going to have it so that the foot is flat on the mat, not onto the side of our foot. Get the foot so that it's nice and flat onto the mat. We've got good support there. We're taking our hands behind our heads, keeping in. We're still going to be working our obliques and our hips again here. So hands behind our heads, and we're going to bend over for 8. Keep the core pulled in. 7. Breathing out as you come down. 6. Breathing in. Breathing out. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Coming up to centre. We're going to now come over to this side, still keeping the foot nice and firm on there. So we're coming down for 8. Keep that core pulled in. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Coming back to centre. We're going to take it the opposite way again. So getting yourself nice and comfortable. You might be feeling this in the hip. I certainly am. Hands behind the head. Let's go down for 8. 7. Keep the core pulled in. Protect that spine. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And we're not coming forward, we're keeping ourselves nice and straight, so our spine's nice and straight. Let's take it to the left. 8, 7, keep the core pulled in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Okay, we've now got to do that on the other side. So coming over, so we've got our right leg down bent now onto the knee, and we're taking our left foot out nice and firmly onto the mat. Hands behind our head, and let's come down to the left. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep the core pulled in, keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Up to centre. Let's drop over to the right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to centre. Let's take it over to the left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one on this side, coming up nice and straight, core pulled in. Let's take it over to the right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to centre. Okay, bringing yourselves back round onto your bottoms. Taking our hands behind us, so our hand palms are facing towards our feet. Our arms are down by our sides. We're going to push ourselves up. So we've got ourselves up here, so we've got our legs stretched out in front of us. We're going to lift our right leg for 8, 7, keep the core pulled in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, let's take that on the other side. Let's lift our left leg. We've got 8, 7, keep the core pulled in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking that leg down, breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, bend over your legs and stretch the spine. Let it open up, Let the spine breathe. We've got our chest towards our knees. We're not hanging. We're bringing ourselves forward. So the chest there, coming towards our knees, bringing ourselves forward and reaching out, stretching over. Bringing yourself back up. We're going to do another set of those. So taking your hands behind again, palms, fingertips facing forward towards your toes, coming up. Let's lift our right leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left leg, toes pointed, 8, core pulled in, don't hold your breath though, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the legs down, sitting yourself up, breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, lower yourself over. You're not going to be able to probably hold your core here, but if you can give it a little squeeze, it's always good. Resting, rooting, stretching out that spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Rolling yourself back up. So we're going to come round now and we're going to come over onto all fours. We're going to come up into a plank and we're going to do the stretch that we've just done, but we're going to do it in the opposite way now. So we're going out into a nice plank position, so your spine is nice and flat, legs are out. We're going to start lifting our right leg for 8, hold that core, 7, 6, 5, 4, foot flexed, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, take that on the left with a nice flexed foot. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your knees down, taking them wide and dropping yourself back into a child's pose. You might want to do it with your knees together, whatever's good for you. Stretch away, pulling in the fingertips, stretch. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Bringing ourselves back up into plank position again. Let's do another set of those. Bringing ourselves out into our nice plank. Let's start on the right hand side, breathing in. And as you breathe out, you start to lift the right leg for 8, foot flexed, 7, core pulled in, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take that on the left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking your legs down, dropping back into your child's pose. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Bringing yourself up, we're going to take this on the side now. So we've done the back, we've done the front, and now we're going to do the side one. So you can come up, actually you probably are going to need to, maybe come up. I think, come up into a full one with your arm. Probably could, you probably could do it from here. So if you want to come onto your side elbow and bringing yourself up onto your side, we're going to be lifting our leg up, so hand on here. If it's too much, drop the bottom leg and have it underneath. So we're going to do 8 lifts from here. So breathing in, get that core tight, and let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself down. Have a little rest. Shake the arm. Don't know whether it's better with the arm down or whether a straight arm. I can never figure this one out, but probably got better support when we're lifting the leg. So let's do that again. Wherever you are, let's take our lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing yourself down, bringing yourself over onto the other side. A little bit of a rest there. Yeah. So we're going to come up onto our right arm this time, getting yourself either with the leg under or out long, hand on hip. Let's go here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop yourself down. Give yourself a little shake out. Ready for our next set of those. Coming up onto our side. Get yourself comfortable. Coming up. Let's do our 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing yourselves down and bring yourself over onto your knees, opening the knees wide, sitting up, and then dropping yourself down here. Pushing yourself back. Let's bring ourselves round. So we're going to come up to standing. We're going to do some dive downs and Pilates roll up. So taking your hands, fingertips next to your knees, pushing the knees off of the floor, fingertips a little bit closer, push into those until your feet are flat on the floor, hip width apart, and hang here like a rag doll. Hanging down, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. This time breathing in through the nose, and as you breathe out through the mouth, take the hands to the front of your legs and gently raise up. One vertebra at a time. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze everything tight, squeeze that core, the lower, the mid and the upper spine, the shoulders, the neck, and finally your head will lift. Okay, so we're going to dive down. Rather than Pilates roll down, we're going to do a nice little dive down. So we're taking the arms up, and as we come with the arms wide, we roll, we fly down, we come all the way down to the bottom. We breathe in, and as we breathe out, we Pilates roll up. Keeping everything pulled in, squeeze the glutes, coming up. Got shoulders, neck and head. Taking the arms up and diving down to the floor. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, you bring yourself up one vertebrae. Very slowly, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Shoulders, neck and head. Taking the arms up, breathing in, diving down. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, hands to the front of your legs, pulling that core in, bringing yourself up one vertebra at a time, all the way to the top. Squeezing one vertebrae, shoulders, neck and head. Amazing. I find that's quite nice sometimes, just taking a little dive down. So just going to come round, we're just going to do a little bit of side work. So I like this one, taking our feet so that they are nicely facing forward, and we're just going to drop ourselves down to the side, to the right. Got our core nice and tightly pulled in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take that over onto the other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of balance, just a small bit. We're going to see if we can take ourselves forward. So get yourselves into your right leg nice and balanced, and then you're going to take the left leg up, you're going to take hold of the left leg, and we're going to start to bend ourselves forward. So taking your right hand to your hip, and start to lift yourself, lift the leg up, but bend yourself forward. And then if you want, you can push away. So it's really hard to do from here. I don't know if you can see me, guys. I think it could be the mat. But when you're up, you sort of like push away into your left hand, push away with your leg into your left hand, and bend yourself forward. You can take the right arm back, you can have it on your hip. And we're taking our balance here. Keep pushing away with that left leg into your left hand. And keep the right leg strong. And then bringing yourself all the way down. I'm going to take that on the other side now. So taking your left leg firmly into the mat. Get yourself comfortable, bringing your right leg up. And we're going to push us, oh gosh, it's hard to talk and get all this together. Bringing our right leg up, we tilt ourselves forward, left hand on left hip, coming forward. And as we're coming forward, we push away with our right leg into our right hand, keeping our core pulled in and holding it there. And then when you're ready, coming back out of it. Okay, balance is a terrible one for me. So useless at balance. Okay, so we're just going to come down into a yogi squat. So you're going to take your legs so the feet are facing outwards, and we're just going to take our hands together in prayer position, and we're going to drop ourselves down, keeping our feet flat on the floor, dropping ourselves down into our yogi squat. Okay, some people will be up on their toes. Some people can come down into a full yogi squat. This is a real nice hip opening here. Worked on our hips today, we've worked our legs, we've worked our arms, and we've definitely worked our side. So this has been quite good. So you might just want to give yourself a little move around here, holding it there, nice and comfortable. I do like this pose. You can close your eyes down if you want. And this also, you can actually sit on the block. So if you've got your block nearby or your book, you can actually also put that underneath you and do it from there, so that you've got support underneath, whatever's good for you. Closing the eyes down, relaxing into this for a moment. Keep the core pulled in if you can. And then releasing your seat bones down, taking your legs long. We're just going to do a saw here. So we're taking our arms out to the side. We're going to bring our right arm across to the outside of our left foot. I mean, don't worry if you're coming to here. You come over to where you can, and then you come back up. And then you take that over to the other side, taking the right arm behind you, coming up, right arm forward, left arm back. We'll do a few more of those. Four, three, two, and the last one. Bringing yourself up to centre, bringing yourself down forward, maybe coming onto your forearms and dropping yourself down. Okay, don't just hang, just dropping. We've got a nice straight spine here. You might want to take the arms out a little bit further. You might want to point the toes, flex the feet. We'll get a deeper stretch into your thighs there. Breathing in through the nose, and as you breathe out through the mouth, you can probably drop yourself a little bit lower. coming back up here. So you're going to take your right leg over your left leg, and then you're going to take hold of your left leg with your right hand, and you're going to lift it off the ground. You're going to hold it there for 8, 7, hold that core, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that down, taking your right arm around your left leg, taking your left arm behind you, pushing into that, and giving yourself a twist. Coming back to centre, coming over, taking hold of your left leg with your left hand, bringing it up, get hold of it where you can, lifting it off there, taking your hand down for support, your right hand, holding it here for 8, 7, 6. Actually, did I do it with the other hand? I think I did it with the opposite hand. Yeah, I did it with the opposite hand, guys. So sorry. So right hand to left leg here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Allowing that leg to gently come down. Taking your left arm around your right leg. Right hand behind you, pushing in. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, turn around to the left, to the right even. Holding it there for the stretch. Hold the core. Bringing yourself back round, taking your feet together. So we've got our feet together, clasping your hands underneath your feet and bringing yourself to where you can to just butterfly those legs down. Again, this is working your hips. And then when you get to a point of comfort, you can just hold it there. If you take the legs further away, then you probably can come forward a bit more, but if you're bringing them into you, and then you can push your elbows around the outside, and you can bring yourself just gently over. And then we're going to bring ourselves down. We're going to do some final relaxation. Actually, first of all, let's just stretch our arms out. So taking our right arm across, holding onto it with our left here, just stretching out down the arm here, around the shoulder area. Keep the core pulled in. And then let's take the left arm across, holding it with the right, pulling that core in. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, holding the core tight. And then bringing yourself round. You can come down onto your back from the side. As I said at the start of the practice, come from the left if you have lower blood pressure. From here, breathing in, pulling in our core. And as we breathe out, we come down, we C-curve down, one vertebra at a time. Not forgetting, if you can't hold it with your core, you have the back of your thighs to grip onto, coming all the way down to the mat, coming down to the floor. Now, what we're going to do here is you can still have your feet mat width and locked in if that's lower spine's still not feeling great. Here we're just going to tense our whole body up here. We're going to tense every single part of our body. We're going to squeeze it really, really, really tight on an in-breath and then release it on an out-breath. All right, that's including squeezing the face, every part that you can find of your body. I want you to tense and squeeze. So here we go. Take a big, deep breath in and start to squeeze your body. Squeeze it really tight. Hold that breath in. Squeeze every part of your body. Squeeze the toes, and then release. Do that again. Big breath in, squeezing your body, squeezing everything tight. Squeeze, and release. Amazing. Relax. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. And release through the mouth. Taking the palms out, facing upwards, further away from your body now. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. taking the legs, if you haven't got them mat width on the floor, take them so that they are now mat width long and your feet are dropped outwards. Take a big deep breath in through the nose and release through the mouth. Now as we start to slow down, you might want to breathe in and out through the nose rather than in and out using the mouth and the nose breath. Whatever's most comfortable for you in your breathing. So we're going to start by wriggling the toes and then stopping, allowing the toes to relax, the soles of the feet and the tops of the feet, the heels of your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, your knees and your upper legs. Both legs relaxed and released. Releasing your pelvic area, your lower core and the lower spine, feeling it heavy as it sinks into the mat beneath you. Release the mid-spine and the belly, the upper spine and your chest, your torso relaxed. Wiggle the fingers, release them down. Release the backs of the hands, the palms of the hands, the wrists, the lower arms, the elbows and the upper arms. Both arms heavy and rested down. Release your shoulders, your neck, and finally your head. Release all of your facial muscles. Maybe remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Releasing parting the lips, the mouth, the jaw. Release your cheekbones, your eyes, your eyelids, your eyebrows. Release your forehead and the top of your head. Your whole body relaxed and still, thankful for the practice that it's just done, resting itself in stillness. Just your natural breath into your belly as it rises and falls. Take your concentration to that breath. Releasing deeper into the ground, sinking deeper down. Think of your favourite colour. Take that colour to your navel area. In a clockwise motion, allow the colour to circle the navel, to get wider and bring in your lower core and your chest. The colours now bring in your pelvic area and your shoulders. The circle and the colour gets wider. It brings in your arms and your neck and your lower top of your legs. Your lower legs and your neck. Circling clockwise with the colour of your choice. And bringing in the feet and the top of your head. Your whole body is circling clockwise in the colour that you most love. Realigning your chakras with that colour. Then go to your third eye and stare at the third eye with your colour. Releasing your body down. Let that colour spread over your face. Over your shoulders. Over your torso and your arms. Over your legs and your feet. And then relax. Take the concentration back to your breath. And start to bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. Keeping the eyes closed down. Maybe wriggling your wrists. Bringing the feet up so that they are flat on the mat. And then when you're ready, push into your feet and shift your hips over to the right hand side and allow your body to roll over to the left, making a pillow with your arm. Filling up your lungs with an in-breath, releasing with the out-breath. Do that again, filling your lungs. Out-breath. And then when you are ready, pushing yourself up into your favourite seated position. That may be cross-legged, that may be legs out in front of you, whatever's most comfortable for your spine. Shoulders back and down. Raising your arms up above your head. Take your palms together and bring them down. Separate the palms over your eyes. Blink your eyes open in your hands. Lower your hands down, releasing and opening your fingers as you do so. Taking a big deep breath in, raising the arms above the head. And release with an out breath, shaking the arms. Taking a big deep breath in, bringing the palms down to your heart centre. Give yourselves a bow and give yourselves a clap. Well done guys, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me.